I've already smudged, I've already shuffled, so here we go. You can notice a little bit different, the lighting. I'm trying to find the right fit for all of this, so it might be different every single time until I find my setup. So anyways, thanks for being here. I am Hope, the intuitive mirror, and I just heard, if they could say one last thing to you, what would they say? Whoever they might be. If there was someone, could be romantic, could be not romantic, that you were in contact with, if there was someone that you could, if they had an opportunity again to just have a little chat, what's the thing that they would say? Well, there it is. That must be that person. And then and there's another person. Oh, okay. Now they're coming. And then I also thought about, of course, as we deepen into it, if they could say one last thing to you, perhaps someone who may have passed, is there maybe something that they'd like to say to you? And I'm just going to intend that I am the message. I am the messenger for the message, nothing more. I am here to help with divine messaging for the collective and to help all of those get clarity on that which they desire in their hearts. And we're intending, of course, that this comes to the right people at the right time for the equivalent or better. Amen. Okay, let's start with that. Yeah, there's a couple things that want to kind of come out and then they're not. So there's a hesitation. So if there's an individual that you're thinking of, right away, there's another one. Right away, of course, I'm seeing here, oh, wow. Okay, that's the card that just came out right now. I'm sorry for the light glare. Well, Three of Swords. So obviously, heartache, heartbreak, these are the things that the Three of Swords often encompass. This is the last card that just came out. I was going to discuss actually this card that came out, but we'll discuss that in a minute. So first thing, the energies, of course. If this person is still on this planetary plane, is that even, I don't know if we can. The Department of Redundancy Department has come to collect their taxes for the year. If they're still here on this planet, there's a hesitation. I think there's been some thinking about wanting to, I'm getting a masculine energy for whatever reason that wants to say something to you. And they hesitate. And they, I just feel like tension right now in my head. Like just like tight on my crown. So yeah, they hesitate to come forward. It's like they start to construct something. They want to say something. I'm even getting like, I've just dialed the number and then hang up right away. And back in the olden days when we had landlines, that was a little more of a risky business, I think. Or maybe less risky, I don't know. But it's different now with cell phones because you can block numbers and things like that. But there is that aspect still of that someone's trying to call and then they hang up or they start to make that move to send a message and then erase it. They've got a draft folder with your name on it. Like that's the kind of stuff that I'm getting from this, especially with this card here. So that's kind of interesting. If they could say something, one last thing. So I'm trying to keep this really focused as best I can, but Spirit likes to come through. And when Spirit comes through, I listen. But with this, there's this element of, wow, less is more. Less is more. I don't know what that means to someone. Less is more. Maybe that's for me. Let's move on. Just in case that is for me. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. Okay, light at the end of the tunnel. All right. When I saw this card, so this is our first card that popped up, and I'll keep those, down for a moment. This Eight of Pentacles, which, I can see this individual who is contemplating. And again, I'm getting like a masculine sort of energy, but I feel like they've been praying about this. So it might be someone who's very much in their spirituality and their faith base as well. Also someone who might be thinking about you in a, how do we say, in a certain nature of the lower chakras, if you kind of catch my drift. Okay. There's some thought about that. And I'm feeling all sorts of things right now from the body perspective, but I can see it in the card there too. So, lots of things they could say, and they're undecided as to exactly what it is they want to say and how to approach it. This gives me a vibe of someone who's been, this was a couple now departed, okay. This was a couple who are now, okay, I'll say departed again. This was a couple. I'm getting really sad right now. So not sad. I'm not sad, but I can feel that coming through here. So this might be someone who passed. Okay. For one of you anyways. There's the 8th birthday, August. I also hear October might be significant to someone here. But there is just like a long relationship where there was just lots of different elements that were happening within a relationship, of course, because, long relationships it's just the nature of things. It's like trying to sift through everything. I just got a vision of someone going through boxes and memorabilia and papers and all sorts of things. So I'm getting the sense with this, there might be a clearing out because someone has passed for this individual. That's going to bring up lots of emotions. Yeah, I get the sense that you might come across something that is written with regards to you, or that when you get it, this is for you. It doesn't even have to be like direct to you. It's almost like picking up a greeting card and then all of a sudden you read just what the greeting card is saying on the front. I actually see a pink greeting card right now with like roses and things like that, and like a little bit of glitter and maybe a little ribbon on the front. And even just reading that greeting card and something kind of tweaks and you're just like, yeah, that's a message for me, So, yeah, that's shifted. That's wild. Okay. I am going to say now, I am the intuitive mirror and I am a new channel. However, I have been a connoisseur and aficionado of tarot channels for quite a while before I actually started my own. Don't know why it took so long, but here we are. Okay. As I watch readers on a more consistent basis, I find the readings get more consistent, and it's an energy thing. I feel like as I'm tuning in with that person, they're tuning in with me, and we're able to tune into each other, which is, I think, so cool. So the more you come back to this channel, the more you will find, I feel, less general and much more specific, because that's going to be something I'm going to be able to pick up 1111. So there you are, confirmation on that. Yeah, I want to say that was an endorsement. Thank you to my angels. Okay, so let's pull this one. This was the first one that popped up here. And I tend to not read reversals unless I'm guided to do so. So it's not a hard and fast rule. And here we are with the High Priestess. Oh my gosh, I just got a sense of like, Ophelia. Someone is grieving. Yeah, doesn't surprise me. When I'm with a title like They Could Say One Last Thing to You, doesn't surprise me. But Ophelia, when in Hamlet, came in to the court, and I believe Hamlet was there, and she was very much not in her right mind. and she was handing out flowers to everybody. And she spoke about each flower and what each flower represents, and about remembrance and memory and a lot of things like that. She was probably a channel too, let's be real. It was right before, something tragic happened, because that's Shakespeare for you, Gotta go big or go home with old Will Shakespeare. But yeah, so this is really interesting here. This is also, I'm getting like a Middle Eastern connection, sort of like Arabic, Montoya, Montana, some sort of connection. I don't know what that is. I'm just gonna let it flow. Okay, I'm trying not to stop it here. Montoya, Montana, Elohim, Kadosh, Elohim, Sabayot. Okay, that's almost like a protection spell. So there's an element of how beautiful you are, and there's this aspect of letting you know how beautiful you are. So I feel like we've shifted a little bit here from one person to the next, but this idea of, someone who really loves to garden and who's into gardening. And this could be the person who's speaking to you, or this could be with regards to you, and almost like, I hear wow. So maybe you are the gardener, but it's like, wow, the wonders that you can do, the magical things that you know how to do inside a garden. Not everyone can do that. We talk about a green thumb, and I just thought of this now, but like green is the heart chakra center color. It's almost like you have your heart in your hands and you tend to the garden with your own two hands. So that's kind of interesting. That just came up. Okay, I'm going to move on here because I just felt something in my tummy kind of go blur. And this was the second card actually. Oh yeah, and there's the chakras. Look, there's a little confirmation for you, right? In the top left corner there. Little confirmation that the flowers and the chakras, okay. Someone who collected coins or does collect coins. There's someone who wants to give you something. This could be along the lines of like an inheritance, but it's like something special to them. They want to be able to give it to you. It's like they're two specific coins, almost like 50-cent pieces or something, or like silver dollars. Like they're big, kind of not this big, but like they're big. And they're heavy. They're silver in nature. And they are collector's items. I'm talking like 1800s or before. 1800s or before. They're worth probably a lot. Historically, definitely worth a lot. Not 100% sure about the money, but like that's not the point of it. It's the value that this person has with it and how it's been passed along through the family. But because there's a disconnect with your conversations right now, they do not know how to approach you to let you know that that's what they'd like to do. So, okay. I got the sense of like, call them, but as I was trying to say it, I was tripping up on my words. So I understand that might be kind of a scary thing. So calling might be not the first thing to do. Maybe there's a little message, a little messenger, Facebook Messenger or something like that, perhaps that you can do. I also hear someone wants to give you their 2 cents, which is not exactly the most positive, 2 cents worth is like they want to give you a piece of your mind. Well, let's explore that. Is that a fact? What does that person want to say? What is the opinion? I'm feeling it. Here we go. Now we're cooking. What if they had 2 cents? Give them your 2 cents. What does this person want to say to you? Just be prepared. Get grounded. I have a good friend, and she says, gird your loins, which is hilarious. Gird your loins. Could be a Libra personality. I'm also getting Virgo. I'm also getting Pisces. Could be Libra, could be Virgo, could be Pisces. If they could say, share their 2 cents, what would it be, Spirit, for this collective, for the right people, at the right time? May they hear it. May it be of benefit. We don't want to start drama. That's not what this channel is about. We're about uplifting and empowerment here. Okay. Woo! Okay, this is fun. I love this. All right. I got two things here. So the first card is Justice, and wow. They really want to get something. It's almost like, when you hear that saying, like, I just want to get something off my chest. But, like, they really want to just, like, it's like the tension. Like, even my neck is tense. Like, they just want to get it off their back. Okay. They want to get this off their chest. So, spiritu, someone who might have a Latin background or Italian background. Yeah. Someone who likes to travel. This is a feminine energy who does a lot of traveling. I don't feel they're very well rooted to one place. They move around a lot. And what do I want to get from that? I see poppies. I immediately go to like opioids, but there's more to it than that. Like poppies are for remembrance. Oh, I mentioned that earlier, didn't I? Whoa, I said that with Ophelia. Okay, so, there's some memories and whatnot. This person, I think they kind of like don't have a lot of like worldly possessions. They travel fairly light and yeah. But what's the 2 cents? If they're a Libra, they're never going to tell it to you because they're not going to be 100% sure if they should actually say it or not. And they'll probably just not say it. But that's okay. And probably a Pisces too. Won't say anything. Virgos might. But they'll put it in a list. I'm just kidding, Virgos. We love you. Okay, so I'm going to move on. That's maybe to help identify. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the world. But I'm also hearing Aladdin. I will show you the world. La 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 la. Splendid. Tell me, princess. Someone called you princess? I sort of get this. Whoa. Okay. That person. I got like several things. One is like a mother figure that's coming through. That's like, I just think you are the best thing in the entire world. And they want to let you know that you are the diamond of their eye, the sparkling universe for them. Okay. So that's a mother figure. Might not be an actual parent, but but they think you're just the bee's knees is what I'm hearing. But then there's another one, this other energy, and it's a masculine energy who would propose if they could. Oh, you guys. I don't know what the conditions of the relationship are. Not a professional. Not going to give you professional advice. Don't want to say it. Don't want to go there. You know best for you. You're the expert. But if they could say one last thing to you, it would be, I am sorry, and will you marry me? Whoa. Anything else, Spirit? I didn't really feel like giving your 2 cents worth there was no telling off there. So probably because I refuse to be part of the drama. Maybe just not today. Not today. I'm really dry. Really thirsty. So everybody should go drink some more water. I don't know if I should take that one. Keep shuffling. This is the Starlit Garden Tarot that I just got off of Meta Tarot Studio on Etsy. And it's a great deck. So far, so good. Hey-yo. King of Cups, lots of emotion. Okay, this guy's coming in hot. All right. This is someone who is in college or university or was in college university and now is probably working in the college university scene. Like I'm getting like a campus guy, right? My eye is itchy. Excuse me. Jeez. It's not one thing, it's another. We're getting campus vibes. I'm getting philosopher type. I'm getting leather patches on the elbows. I'm getting, you know what I'm saying? That guy. I don't know what they wear now, but that's what they wore when I was in university. So it's that guy. Beards and banjos, likes to stroke his beard in a thoughtful manner. Getting this beard thing. I can really feel that. Full of emotion, but kind of like, I think I'm getting the vibe that you think they're kind of obnoxious. I don't know, like what? I'm surprised I'm even going there. What is that about this guy? He's a bit of a He's a bit of a character, this guy, whoever he is. If he could say one last thing to you. You were something, he says. You were something. Is that right? What else? Oh, wise one. You were something. He keeps tabs on you online, even though he pretends he's not online. You know? He might either like outright reject the idea of being on the internet, but low-key has like all the, you know, has at least a few central channels. Channels. Okay, maybe it's on YouTube. I was going to say accounts. Meant to say that, but I didn't. So, but there's some low-key, like, following, like, what you're up to and pretending to not be online. So that includes, like, making sure, you know, that, like, set to away status is turned off so you don't know whether the person's online or offline. Anything that is set, like read receipts, that setting is not turned on for this person. They are keeping their profile low-key intentionally so that they can sort of keep tabs and pursue or persist is the words I'm hearing. Pursue or persist. For this guy, he's in, okay, this might be more than one person. Obviously, this is a collective. My goodness, this would be terrible if, you know, billions of videos and this is a collective. I'm only reading for one individual, so I hope this resonates. But I'm getting someone who might be a musician, definitely in the music scene, could be in the music scene, could be also someone who likes to think they're in the music scene, but they're not, something along that line. And also now I'm picking up on a different sort of person here, really snazzy dresser, takes risks with their wardrobe, takes risks, things that you would be like, oh, I didn't know a guy could wear that, like that sort of thing, you know, bigger jewelry, more outlandish. There's a guy on Instagram I follow and I cannot remember his name. He's incredible, but he has a great account, but he's a model and he's a videographer and he puts together these looks that I've never seen in my life. And they're so good. So this person's not that good, but, there we are. Okay, so what else do you want to say? You were the sweetest. Oh, okay. Sweetest kiss. Sweetest lips. Yeah, the sweetest lips. You had the sweetest lips I ever, you know, had the pleasure. Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. I've heard of these things happening before on the channel and on other channels. I'm like, no, people are just saying this. But no, here it is coming up. This individual, whoever this may be, if it resonates with you, take it, leave it if it doesn't. My goodness. This individual is ready and prepared. I heard, I don't want to burst your bubble. But, so they have like a relationship already started and they're hoping that you sort of accidentally, quote unquote, find out in the hopes, I guess, that you'll feel a sort of way. If this is anything like the first guy that I was just referencing, you know, I think we're all the best without him. You know what I mean? Or her. Those girls exist too. They think they're too good, too smart, too intelligent, wearing glasses, liberal arts. You know, I'm not doing this in judgment. This is characterization I'm taking on here. Okay? No judgment. You know, I'm pulling in from whatever you are feeling and getting from this situation. Someone who wears a lot of hoodies, joggers, things along that line. Yeah, I don't want to talk about what they wear. I want to talk about what they're going to say. Oh my goodness. I heard give me that. So maybe there's something that you have. There's a person, you still have some of their stuff and they want it, but they just don't know if they should talk to you. They say they really want that one thing back. There is, I think, a necklace, an element, something like that. That might be kind of special. They kind of gave it to you and things were good. And now things might not be as amicable and they would like it back, please. Thank you very much. Okay, Knight of Wands. Here we go. Oh, boy. And there's another individual who would love to talk to you, but they're afraid of you because they feel their heart has been broken by you. I'm getting like a Leo energy vibe from this card. Or someone born in the summer. So it could even be like a late Cancer, early Virgo type. And Virgo came up earlier. So, but yeah, there's almost like, wow, this person's like in denial about a few things though. It's like they don't want to acknowledge anything. They are far too shielded and protected. Like they're guarding themselves. They're feeling very guarded. But I get this sense of heartbreak. Psilocybin might be of significance for you here. Mushrooms, microdosing, things along that line. Picking up that. Someone who might do a lot of like astral travel, astral journeying. That individual, Paul, Peter, Shania is coming up. Samuel? Sam, maybe? I don't know. What else here? Gordon is a name that I'm hearing. Gord Downey might actually like the hip or something, like Gord Downey. Or maybe like, again, there's that musical connection things like, oh, you're like, you know, like a comparison to someone who is famous or celebrity, or, oh, you sound just like that person. That's what this individual is, except they are so like shielded. You would never know. So if you're thinking about that particular individual and this somehow resonates with you, oh my God, my chest. My left heart side center sort of felt a little woo. I get the feeling like this might be someone you feel you gave a lot to. Despite whatever this scenario is here, you gave a lot to them. You're feeling they're a little childish and immature for where they ought to, quote unquote, be in their, you know, on their journey through life, 29 coming up there. Could be someone's Saturn return. That's always a big change year for people. But anyways, you're sort of thinking like they're kind of immature and they feel like their feelings have been really hurt. Now, that makes a lot of sense for a Leo because Leos, God bless them, are heart-centered beings and they feel so much. But whenever someone might think something that's like counter to them being gregarious and loving, that can be really hurtful to that kind of personality. So, anyways, really interesting there. And like, I just got tension in my neck and stuff like that too. But I'm getting like this really petulant sort of child, like, don't touch me, don't talk to me. So this is someone who something happened. It could have been an argument. And I get the sense that there's definitely some element of like, again, the microdosing, maybe like under the influence when this happened. And they would love to talk to you, but they are like way too shielded right now to even like do that. Sorry. Okay. So, is it no doubt? Yeah. Sorry, I'm not home right now. I'm walking in a spider web, so leave a message and I'll call you back. Yeah, I'll stop singing now. But, maybe you've tried to actually call them and you didn't get an answer. Their feelings are hurt. Okay. That's good to know. 3 of Pentacles on the bottom. Well, disagreements, perhaps a third-party situation. Perhaps there was a concern about a third-party situation that may not have actually been founded. Perhaps there was a wedding that was supposed to go down and it didn't happen. I get the sense of that too. Like there was supposed to be a marriage here and not left at the altar per se, but it was really close to like the time and then it certainly didn't happen. But that's not a bad thing. I'm hearing our guides are saying this is not a bad thing. There's a blessing. Again, being told that everything is always working out for us and that we sometimes have asked for certain things, and it may not make sense right in this moment, but to trust it. Gustav Klimt, if anyone is a fan of Gustav Klimt, the painter, artist, might be an art historian, someone in the arts in terms of that. Maybe it's just someone named Gustav. I don't know. I'm seeing lots of things here. Okay, wow. Alrighty. 32 minutes in. I hope there's some value here for someone. I think I'm going to go to the next deck because I was asked to go to that deck as well, so I'm going to do that. Okay, well, for now, moving on. Mother, Father, Holy Creator, Divine Creator, Angels, please give us some, give us something specific. Beauty. There we go. Page of Wands. So there's the Knight of Wands, right, that we were just looking at. Now we have the Page of Wands. Pardon my dog if you can hear him. I'm sorry. Maybe that's an alert, okay? So something to be mindful of. How do I take that? I try to take everything. Okay. There is someone here, I think they sew, or they're a seamstress, or in costuming, or wardrobe, or fashion design, somewhere in that sort of area. And they are always getting interrupted and disrupted. And they've got just a lot on their plate. So if this is someone that you're like, yeah, I'm sort of been expecting them. This might be LGBTQ related, feminine energy in this regard. Yeah, kind of was thinking I was going to hear back from them by now, and I haven't heard back from them. There's a lot going on with this person. It's like a lot is on their plate here, okay? So if they could say one last thing to you, or at least just one thing is like, I'm sorry. That's what I'm hearing. I'm sorry. And I'm also getting this sense of like lots of books and my third eye is just going. So I'm sorry. And they could really use some help. So if you're feeling called to do that, reach out to them and like just see if maybe like if this resonates only, don't do anything that's not going to feel good. But if you're like, yeah, you know, I kind of would like to talk with them. Sorry that my dog might be barking like a crazy lunatic. But there's a lot of chaos in this person's life, and if maybe give them a call and just see if they could use a hand with something. That would do wonders, actually. That would be, I hear, magical. That would be magical for you. Okay. So there's that. And at the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Cups. So lots of emotion. Yeah. This is also like that sense of like when I was saying that Page of Wands, like that sense of being overwhelmed like this. I'm getting that sense of drowning here too. So, oh, pardon us. Oh, well, isn't that appropriate? Okay, the Lovers. So Queen of Cups. We're drowning here under emotions. Let's see. So much to say. Sending you good vibes. This is Piscean energy too. Like good vibes, thoughts and prayers. You know, someone is trying to. I get the sense someone might be in the LA fire situation. I'm sorry if that's you. And this individual doesn't really know what to say, but they're praying for you and sending you good vibes. And they love you. It's what they're trying to say. Like they're really hoping that you're okay and that all is well. And the Lovers, my goodness. Okay. Wow, that's a really beautiful card. Interesting kind of situation here. I'm getting a vibe for someone who's a little more chill and relaxed, and I'm getting Sagittarius vibes obviously from this too. But someone who's like a little more casual, a little more relaxed, doesn't want to take things too seriously. And then this other person has such an intense energy, almost to a point where it's like kind of controlling. And what is it that they want to say? You are mine. You are mine. That's what I heard. You are mine. Like ownership. Yo. Don't know if that's a good thing. Like they're sending you vibes over the, you know. I can't say it. Third eye. Thank you. What was that? So if you've been feeling a little scrambled lately and you're like, what the heck? Right? And you're just like discombobulated and your words aren't coming to you and it's like coming out of nowhere and that's not like your baseline normal. It might be because this person, if you are not in contact with them, they have been hardcore. Like there's meditation and thoughts and like they want you to call. Like they're sending you stuff and you're obviously receptive to it. If that's not something that you want, and not many people do want to be discombobulated in the middle of like a work presentation or something like that, then you got to smudge, you got to clear, and you got to call your power back, call it back to rightful owner, and send anything back energetically. Whatever is not mine goes back to rightful owner. Send it right on back to them. They can take it. Thank you very much. You don't have to accept any of that. And if you actually have something that is theirs, might have been intentionally left, I don't know, that is there and you do not want to reconcile with this individual whatsoever, you must make sure that gets returned to them because that has an energetic pull as well. There it is. Holy! That was the bottom of the deck, you guys. I have 2 cards here that I was about to show. I'm just let me put that aside. That's on the bottom of the deck. Didn't know that was there. That just, does that not just... Like, and there's my, like, this whole, my, like, crown and third eye is not on fire quite per se, but it's buzzing. This, it's, like, signifies this. Do you see how there's that Merkaba, tetrahedron? I don't know what that is. A star, right? That's being sent, like, as a thought form. Energetically, see all these like wisps, right? These threads that bind, and then you see this individual. Look at this one though. Ooh, snap. Okay, so there's a couple things for this. Number 1. Okay, the first thing that's coming through is if you are experiencing this type of feeling where you're feeling kind of like wrapped up, you don't know where you're going, and you feel like things are coming at you out of nowhere, and it's like, I did not ask for this. Listen, nothing comes without your permission, okay? I was speaking in my last read about being diligent and disciplined with your own spiritual cleansing, your spiritualness. That's really important, especially nowadays. There's a leveling up that's happening. This planet's upgrading, and more people are getting hip to the jive, if you will. And I'm thinking, like, even just with the remote viewing, you know, like there's documentaries right now about the aliens and all that sort of stuff, right? So like remote viewing and all that. People are getting hip to the jive. What? Who talks like that? Apparently me. Or someone. But it's coming out of my mouth, so I gotta take responsibility. So, there's a lot of people that kind of do this do-it-yourself business, right? How to be a witch and 5 easy steps, like that sort of thing. Might be people trying to scry and like manifest you and like all sorts of stuff here. But it can't happen without your permission. But that means make sure you're not vulnerable. Make sure you are keeping keeping yourself in alignment with your own business and keeping your power, bringing your power back. Okay? So not a lot of people do that. Not a lot of people do that. And you really ought to. And if you're not sure exactly what that means, say a prayer. If you're someone who prays to the archangels, guardian angels. Archangel Michael is really good. You can just say like, Archangel Michael, with your blue flaming sword, protect me now. You can imagine being surrounded in golden white light. You can imagine it coming up from your feet up into a spiral and around. You can imagine being surrounded then further to that with like some golden rain or sapphire diamonds rain, something along that line. And so any energies that come through have to be purified in those rains before even closely getting to you. Okay. And those are really good, valuable, like tricky little ways. I mean, I was doing something like that at the grocery store yesterday because there were so many people, you know, when you start especially practicing meditation and things like that, and you get really into that practice, you do get much more fine-tuned. It's like your spiritual muscle gets really fine-tuned to stuff. And as much as you're able to like project and send things out, you're also able to receive. But with that, can make you a little bit spongy, right? You can kind of suck up other people's SHIT, if you will. So, yeah. Like, you don't want to be shielded all the time. I know that's tricky. But anyways, I walked into the grocery store and I saw there was like a ton of people. It's like, no, I don't want to do this today. And I kept my hood on, so my crown was protected. And I was just like, okay, let's just take a deep breath and imagine. And then I felt great. And then I was there and it was fine. And got my groceries, got my spinach, and went on. I digress. This one's a big one. 8 of Swords. So again, we've got this Leo energy. Chantel is coming up. Charisse, Larissa, or Charissa. Did I say Shanice? Okay, lickety split again. That was like my first video on here. Lickety split. It's like in the back of my throat, wants to come out like lickety split. So I don't know if someone like has weird like phrases like that. But it means quick for those who don't know. Now you know. Anyway, so yeah, someone is being really like extra with you. I'm just gonna put that down there. Oh, right. Thank you. So I pulled 2 other cards here before I saw that deck, and like, oh my God, look at this. Oh, someone's dog who passed, or pet. Might not be a dog, but this is someone's pet coming through. You guys, I hear like Rex or Reggie, Reginald. I hear Reginald, Reggie. Again, I'm hearing Chantel. So wherever you are. Yeah, this is your pet. I'm getting lost in this one here. I'm getting swept with some emotions. I just get this sense of like oh, I'm getting emotional. Hold on. Oh, whew. Let me get grounded. I'm gonna uncross my feet. One moment, please. If this was a recent passing, I'm sorry. I don't know why the animals do that to us, but they do, huh? So if this resonates for you with a pet that might have passed, I know how it feels. Okay. Whew, that came on. I gotta take another deep breath here. Oh my goodness. Okay, I love you. You are loved. What is being said here is, that overwhelmed me. Still is. The gratitude for the memories from the time they were little growing up. This might also be a child who passed because it's coming in hot. So if that's also the case, I do apologize if I did not get a chance to warn you there. That took me. Could be that too. Like I get childhood memories and things like that. So, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. There's a lot there. There's just a lot of gratitude and saying thank you. So there's a big, big, big thank you. I know I was loved. I had good memories. I was cared for. It's okay. I gotta move away from that energy. Or else it's a disaster. Jeez. Weird. I just looked over. I have a wolf picture over in the corner there. So I was kind of like, as I'm looking at the, these little dogs, and I'm just like, come on. Get your wolf energy, Hope. Let's do this, okay? Sort of like, buck up. Toughen up here. But I was just looking at that for that help, and look what came through. King of Pentacles and that wolf. Could also be a coyote. So this might actually be someone whose name is Coyote, or really identified with a spirit animal, like the coyote. Might be a connection with that. Like that could be their animal totem. Could be someone who has a very strong indigenous connection. The coyote is actually like a trickster, but I don't know. I've not perceived it, the coyote, in a bad way. Coyotes come in sometimes very, very significantly. If this is not exactly the one last thing to say to you, but if you were recently meditating or you had a vision or a feeling that you were going to see a coyote, this would count as part of that resonance, okay? This would count as that image for you. Yeah, and I do get someone like parent energy, you know, father figure who might have passed and has been trying to communicate with you, and you might have been picking up on it through all sorts of strange little things. I am getting, again, on the positive side, like when you look at yourself in the mirror and you're sort of hearing a voice that might not quite be yours, but it's commenting on something very loving to you, that is coming through from your parent from the other side. And there's someone who had like either knee surgery or knee replacement, or had like a really clicky knee. That's coming through as well. There's also this aspect, they really liked quiet and they loved reading, but it was like in an old, dusty, sunny dining room. That's what I'm getting. What do they want to say here? I adore you. That's what I hear. You're doing a good job. We're proud of you. So there's more than one, perhaps, individual who's lovingly passed over. It is great over here. So if there was a conversation where you're kind of curious and you've been asking, it's great over here. So I get the sense that clicky knee is not a problem anymore. Listen, I think I'm going to stop there because that was a heck of a lot. And I love you very much. I'm the Intuitive Mirror. Please like and subscribe if this resonated for you. Please share and help grow this community. You are amazing. Keep up the good work. Love you.